Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. I am Danny. Today's video is going to be on Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 2, Episode 13, A Not So Wonderful Surprise. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button on the way in. And also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share this video and all that good stuff. Don't forget to subscribe as well. I have a Mink Eyelash Store, affordableMinkLashes.com. You can use the code YouTube for a discount. Their mink lashes, dramatic. I also have some natural looking ones on there as well. You get free shipping when you order over $35. So keep that in mind. This video kind of late. I was busy this week, so today is what, Tuesday? So I'm like a couple days behind. First, we starting out with Martell. He's going looking for suits with his uncle. He's talking about his father wasn't in his life like that. His uncle kind of raised him. I didn't see season 1, but I did see like some flashbacks and stuff about him and his dad. They didn't have like the best relationship, and his dad looked like he was kind of like destitute from the scene that I saw with them with the flashbacks. They didn't show the flashback in this episode, but I saw him like the beginning of season 2 before they stopped with the coronavirus or whatever. But he's talking to his uncle about how hard the divorce is, and he just wants to get the divorce over. Basically, I guess so Melanie won't have rights to his new money, like all the deals that he have pending. He don't want to actually go through because she's kind of entitled to 50% of the money. And then he's telling him about how the investor want to back out of the deal because he's cheating and shenanigans and all that stuff that Melanie put on social media, and they don't want a bad name for the company and want all the billings and everything in that drama. Then we get Maurice. He with Kimmy's son Jalen at his office. They're talking about the construction. He asking Jalen what exactly do he want to do within the real estate, the business, and he said he doesn't know. He also know he planned to flip houses with his mom. But my thing is, I thought Kimmy didn't want to get into the investment business like that. Wish she just don't want to work with Maurice, because every time he asked her to come in, she was like, no, she wanted to stay in nursing. So, because I know he was trying to get her to come in with his sister. Maybe she don't want to be involved with all that family stuff. I don't know. It's very, very weird. We'll get into that later on as well about her and family, quote unquote. But yeah, so Jalen tells him he wanted to learn the in and outs of like real estate to see exactly what he wants to do. And Maurice was telling him that's how he was when he first got out of college. And Jalen's lucky because he doesn't have any debt. And his mother paid for everything. And Jalen tells him how he wanted to work with Marcel, but Marcel really busy and ain't got time for him basically. And Maurice said, yeah, he's really busy, but you could still shadow to see like what he's doing and stuff, which kind of does make sense. And Maurice was asking him what is he doing outside of his normal job to get into the real estate. So basically Maurice is telling him if he's going to keep this daytime job or job that he still need to be doing real estate stuff, even if it's like a little bit, so he can get his feet wet and learn about the business, which I kind of agree. But Kimmy wants him to just keep working so he can, I don't know, pay for his living expenses, which kind of does make sense as well. Like you can't just be out here just chasing a dream with no income, and you can't eat, survive, and you living with your parents. So basically, he's living at home still with no he doesn't pay any rent or anything. And so Marceau was talking about, I mean, Maurice was talking about how he got out of college and he bought like his first house for $1,000 or something like that. So I'm assuming he built it up and then sold it. And then Jalen tells him when Maurice was joking about Jalen moving out, but Jalen paying, he said we might have to start charging you rent. And he was just laughing, and Jalen like he wants to move out anyway. And Maurice didn't like that. He was like, that's just going to create more debt. So basically, he wanted him to stay there, get himself on his feet and stuff, so he can like go out into the real world without debt, which kind of does make sense. So I really do like that. Maybe Kimmy wants him to just get out on his own and find his way, since he technically is a grown man who has graduated college. So I can see both of their points. But Maurice, like, he wants him to be ready when he gets out there. Martell, he meets with Millie to discuss the financial. And of course, he's in there gaslighting her about her blowing up at her house. And Mel asked him to record a conversation. He was like, yeah, this is Alabama, so there's no law against that. So that makes me think that he probably been recording her secretly too, because I'm assuming Alabama probably a one-party state. They don't have to inform the other of their recordings or of their shenanigans or whatever. And so she ended up recording the conversation. I guess she wanted to get all this on tape, which kind of still is on tape because it's on the show. But they own 50 of Holt, each one of them. And Embrace Beauty, he talking about he want 50%. He said he originally wanted 30%, like when they built up the company, whatever. But now he say he's entitled to 50%. I'm assuming he's trying to split all the assets down the middle, which kind of does make sense. So I can't fault Martell on this, especially if he helped build it up and put money behind it, like he claimed he did. Because he said he's the reason why she's a brand. She was like, she had social media before she met him, and he was like, he the one who actually pushed everything and stuff like that. So we're gonna see how that goes. But if they don't have a prenup, it seems fair to me. I don't have like a problem with that part. And she was a school teacher. I didn't know he was a school teacher too, because he used to always say that she was a teacher. And she was like, you were a teacher too. So like, I never knew he was a teacher. And apparently when they were a teacher, he had like a side business, which was like a landscaping business. And he said he built it to a six-figure company, and then he ended up quitting. And she was like, you only quit 4 months before I did. He was like, he provided her the luxury to quit. So everything, he trying to take success of everything that they basically built together. So when he said he wanted 50% of the Embrace Beauty, which is Melanie, I'm assuming, cosmetics company, I never heard of it. She talking about she gonna dissolve it. I said, Mel is so petty. I gotta look up and see if she a Virgo, because that was so petty. I don't know if she actually dissolved it for real, but he said he wanted to get the lawyers to look into it. So we gonna see with that. And so she started crying. He started apologizing for cheating and all this. And she's just like the same song and dance like he always does. He looked like he didn't have any emotion to his alleged apology. And he was pleading his case about not taking her financials away from her. So he always stood by that. Even though they got into all this crap and stuff, he never like stopped the money from coming in. He never blocked any of her accounts. He never took off any financials or anything like that. Which, if that is true, I commend him for that, because they don't disrupt what's going on until y'all can dissolve it and resolve it evenly, like with your lawyers and stuff. So, and she was like, yeah, you was good with everything, because he was always talking about he came home at 6, he came home at 7, he came home at a reasonable amount of time. He still did everything else he did. She was like, yeah, you was a good cheater, which is kind of true too, because if he was able to cheat all those years, still come home on time, not staying out all night, still acting like a normal person, normal husband, then yes, he was a good cheater. And he still insists on Melanie cheating. And Mel said she left twice. She got her own apartment and said she was talking to the man, but she never actually slept with the man. But you know, Martell is not going to believe that. Don't forget to thumbs up the video on your way in, guys. And then Mel ended up storming out. And she got into her Range Rover and she was getting ready to drive off. And he's still talking about they still got to discuss one more thing, her taking money from the joint account and transferring it into her own account. And I'm like, yes, Mel is about to clear them accounts out. Like, boy, you better put a hold on them accounts that have to know that you have to approve certain transactions. Because if not, Melanie is on a rampage. She might just clear all them accounts out, especially when you acting crazy. We get Destiny. Tisha stopped by Destiny's hair store. It looked like just like a regular old hair store. I mean, she was acting like she was gonna have like this big old grand hair store. It just looked like a normal corner store to me. And Destiny thinks Kimmy doesn't like her still because they got into it last year over chicken or something. When Kimmy said she didn't know her, she only know LeBear for his chicken or something like. LeBear hasn't appeared in this season at all. So I don't know what's going on with him and Destiny. Like, Destiny, where's your husband? He didn't appear, like, even in like a little parenting thing. He is not appearing on the show. Is he quitting? So Tisha ended up telling her about Melanie. They still button heads, but Melanie don't really think about Letitia like that, honestly. Destiny want to have a sit down with Kimmy. I don't know why, like, girl. So Destiny and Tisha really trying to force Kimmy to, like, I don't know what they're trying to force Kimmy to do, but Kimmy ain't going. Whatever they're trying to force her to do. And Marceau meet with his uncle, who's an architect, which is really good. So he's been an architect for like 30 years when they were discussing building their home. And then this Chris Fletcher guy stopped by, the guy who was talking to Martell last week. And they were talking about the $30 million deal on the 47 acres that the Holtz own. He trying to get Marceau in on a deal. And he go back in there, he was talking, explaining it to the uncle and stuff. The tissue like immediately like shot it down or whatever, talking about she don't want to do business with the Holtz and all that stuff. And he basically told her in so many words, I'm not turning down a $30 million deal, which he would be foolish to do. Because it's not like they're like partnering together. They're all like outside, like contractors or whatever. And Letitia was like, well, you didn't leave with that. You should have led with that. Like, girl, this man is not turning down $30 million, especially in no Alabama. Where's he gonna get $30 million in Alabama from? And then the last thing is Tisha's not Tisha, Kimmy's event. She wanted to throw an event for her son Jalen's graduation. And when Mel walks in, Letitia, and she was just looking stank. And Mel actually spoke to everybody. Tisha didn't say anything. At first, Marceau didn't say anything. Then he told Mel she was glowing. And Jalen late to his own celebration. Destiny came, and they was talking about Tisha's podcast, and Destiny basically invited Mel to Tisha's podcast, and Tisha basically shut down and was like, I don't think that's a good idea or something like that, that she tired of like trying to make stuff happen with Mel. In so many words, that's what she was saying. Mel don't want to do it anyways. In her confession, she was like, I'm not doing no podcast with her anymore. So I guess she did it before, probably once. And then Tisha's mother, Wanda, shows up, and Kimmy asks Mel how long before she leaves, because she already know Melanie and Wanda don't get along. And she was thanking Letitia for inviting for inviting Wanda. And she said it like in a shady way. And Wanda like, you know I was coming? She was like, no. Which is kind of stupid. Like, Tisha, how you gonna invite somebody else to somebody else's event and then don't even tell them? How you know she ain't got no problem with her? She barely even tolerates you. So she don't want to tolerate you and your mama. Martell ended up showing up. Oh, so it was a cute little thing. She gave him his cap and gown. Jalen's her son. Then she gave Maurice his cap and gown because remember he graduated law school. So that was really cute of them, and they took pictures together and stuff like that. And Jalen was like happy and stuff. He was calling out the cute dog sign and all that stuff. So that was cute for them. So when Martell shows up, you can tell Melanie was very, very agitated. She ended up leaving. Miss Wanda to go to talk to her, like basically chasing her out the door, telling her she deserved better, she can do better, and Martell hear her, and he sneaks up and confront her. And he talking about Wanda compared his kids to Marceau kids on Instagram Live. I'm like, what? Like, this is really, really crazy. I don't know what she did. I don't follow any of these people on social media, so I don't know how true that is. And I don't even know if they did, why they didn't put that part in the show. Because usually shows like this, they'll put the Instagram feed up or the pictures or the videos or whatever. But they didn't put that part up. So Martell really ran up on them. And Destiny was trying to break them up to get Martell back out of Miss Wanda's face. He was really in her face she was talking about his kids. And Tisha goes out, she confront Kimmy about being rude to her mother at first. And Kimmy was like, well, you didn't tell me nothing about you. But first, Kimmy was trying to deny that she was being rude, and she actually stood up in it. Was like, well, that's the truth. I didn't know she was coming. You didn't tell me she was coming. And Tisha was like, well, that's just rude how you was talking to her and stuff. I'm like, girl, you see why she don't like you. Like, I see why she don't like you. Every single thing, you got a problem with it. So while all this was going on, Tisha went out to check because she heard her mama scream. She's like, is that my mama? So she got up She went out and checked, and she was mad that her mom was trying to talk to Mel because her mom was like, "Well, where's Mel?" Where after Destiny got Martell to go back in. She was looking for Melanie. Girl, Melanie had done got in her car, probably done drove off. She was like, "Where's Mel? Where's Mel?" And Tisha was like, "What are you doing?" I'm trying to talk to Melanie. She was like, "You ain't Melanie's mother." So I'm assuming Miss Wanda actually liked Melanie, but since Tisha is her daughter, she got to stand by her daughter. But I think she actually liked Melanie. Everybody on this show seemed to like Melanie except for Tisha. Even Marceau, he's like, I don't know. I think he likes Mel too, but he gotta take his wife's side. That's what I'm assuming. This show basically is the Melanie and Martell show, honestly. So when all this was going on, Kimmy, Maurice, and Jalen, they stayed put and they let them act like a fool outside. It's obvious that Kimmy does not like Tisha. She don't want to be around her. I think she only tolerate her because that's her husband's brother, wife. Just like when she was trying to get to the moon next time, that lady don't want to live around you. She don't want to talk with you. She don't want to be around you like that. And I don't understand why Tisha just don't get that. Like y'all just don't mesh. Like just see each other at family events and say hi and bye. Otherwise, just leave her alone. She don't like you. She doesn't like your mother. And that's just basically it. And I don't blame her. I got to see if Kimmy is a Virgo too, because it's just like, if I don't like you, girl, just leave me alone. I'm not going to like anybody else in your family like that either, if they annoying like you. But that's my review on the Love is Marriage Huntsville, Season 2, Episode 13, A Not So Wonderful Surprise. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can leave a comment down below if you want to about whatever you want to discuss about the show. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, share this video, like this video, and all that good stuff. I do have a Love at the Lockup review coming tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. It most likely will be at 6:30 again Pacific time, so that's 9:30 Eastern time. All my social media is down below. I have 2 football wags, 1 and 2 on Amazon Kindle. For Kindle Unlimited, you can read both parts for free. If not, they're 99 cents. I have a Mink Eyelash Company, affordableMinkLashes.com. Use the code YouTube for a discount and all that good stuff. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.